All right, we're back working on this. Is my second abstract piece of stained glass. I did something that I thought would be pretty quick, simple. It turned into a battle, different thicknesses, learning how to solder, learning how to edge because edge beating is an art apparently. But I'm going to edge beat this. I tried this on a practice piece not too long ago and it worked. So I got the edge all tinned up. I'm gonna plug this in, get my nice fan going. Got flux. Flux this top edge. And why not flux this edge too. Some nice liquid on it. Dribble. Soldering iron, make sure it's clean. I had it turned down. Yep. No, I want it turned down. I want it down to 360. Just so it's a little more tacky. That way, hopefully, it'll hold. Run out a lot of solder. Give it the crane. Okay, how's that look? There we go. All right, let's get started. A little bit. And dot, bigger dot, a little bit, and that would have been a knuckle. Got a better setup than this. And the dots. It's gonna be a lot of this while I'm figuring this out. Oof, let's readjust this. All right, 2 or 3 close calls. Okay. Move you up here. Move over here. Grab a little dot. Set you on there. Dot and place. I'm not against building a rig that'll just hold me straight so that I can actually feed this along the edge. A little bit more than that. We're adding too much. Leave this as vertical as I can. Use this hot solder to bubble it up. Still figuring out how to grab enough, but not too much. That's it. I got lots of beads on here. I figure with how thick the middle lines are, my outside lines should be pretty thick also. Trying to think of a name for this piece. I think it might be I don't know yet. anybody has an idea, let me know. That would have been my fingers. I don't even jump anymore. I just like watch it bounce off my knuckles. It is worth noting this is a different solder than I was using. I actually ran through my first roll of solder. It was like breaking your first guitar string if you actually like have played enough. Okay, we got a good bead, I think, going on there. A little bit more. Don't want to go too hot on this or it's gonna grip like that. But I do need to get it hot enough for it to all run together. I believe I am doing what they call a paint stroke, which is not preferred. Up a little bit. Put it on there. Drop it on there. Just building up the speed. It's already way better than I've done previously. I think the temperature was too high, and I don't know, maybe I've learned a little bit since then. I am doing a pencil hole instead of a stained glass hole. Too hot. Looks like tears. Well, I'll let that sit for a minute. It's like Neo, I'm just like letting the lead fall off me. Out a little bit more so I have some elbows. Mid flux this side. See how it holds. Getting a little bit of support from friends and family on this, and I really like it. Feels good. Usually, there's a lot of artists I keep to myself about this kind of stuff. Not because I'm embarrassed, but because I like it to be mine. It does feel good to have some support when you're doing something new like this, especially with how much I'm enjoying this. I see lots of Christmas presents in the future. So, sorry guys, spoiler alert, but I'm going old school with handmade. Not too hot. It might be. Try a little bit lower. See how that acts. Let's also take this opportunity to flux this up. Get that out of the way. Went down to 310, hoping that I could control it a little bit more. I thought I was running too cold, so I kept going high, but the 6040 seems to appreciate the lower temperatures from what I was doing. I'm not sure if it's full down all that way yet, but it feels more controlled. Getting bigger blobs, it's not running off. It's kind of gelling. It's what we want. Oop, dropped it. Flux. ergonomically, I gotta find a better setup than this. I'm like way reaching over to be able to get this set up. A lot of extra movement. That was nice. Yeah, I think I might have to keep this at 310. I need to start writing this down. My memory is so bad. Like, literally have to write everything down and have a schedule. Oh, come on. Wi-Fi'd it. My calendar doesn't say what I'm doing. I have no clue. It drives some people crazy. You just need a chance to live in the moment instead of worrying about what's coming next. Yeah, that just needs some more flux on it. Man, this 310 is gold. Enough for now. I'm getting a pretty good beat on there. If you guys can see that. It's a little bit thinner what it is on the inside, but that was at 45 degree silliness. Probably build it up again, but why fight it too much? This is gonna be a little bit harder. It's not, I wanted to have it opened so that it flowed out instead of it being squared off. I originally had another piece that was cut out here to give it this 90-degree angle like it was in a frame, but I decided against it and I liked the way that this flowed, so I went with it. Listen to the piece, adjust as needed. Be open. I'm gonna try to set the spec this way again. Last time maybe I was just leaned over a little too far. Not far enough. Isn't that funny? Be too far or not far enough, I'm not sure. Oh. Wow, that got me twice. Well, that's not the answer. A bigger workspace is the answer. Just dabbing it on there, building up the bead. And I'll go back and smooth it over. Too much, too fast right there. Yeah, he'll let you know when you don't have it right. I'm just gonna do this first section because it's more or less flat right now. Wanted to do that corner, but I just put something there and it seemed a little liquid still. Let's see, this corner should be pulled down enough that I can put a drop. Maybe try to run this all together. See what it has to say about it. It says that was too hot and not level right there. Again. Get a finish down here where I already had it fluxed. Seems to be holding. Might not be perfectly level, but it's good enough for this. And then I'll flux over where I just added. Try to give it a good area to stick to. Ooh. Press down a little hard there. Trying to get it to run together. Fill it back up. Alright, it'll run off and I can fill it back up. Alright, a little more flux. Back over where we were. Luckily that was cooled off enough. This. And through my little hold up. Amazing, you do something for hours every day, and in the period of a couple weeks, you see a big difference. Probably helps that I'm recording these, so I can go back and watch what I was doing. But I definitely have more control. I'm still, man, I got a long ways to go, but just start. Progress. Hello. Grumbly Dachshund. The most feared of all distractions. This is a good experience too. I'm learning how to like stack and thicken up on top of itself. Previously I've just been running beads on flat glass, which is its own kind of special torture, but this with letting it cool off and flexing in between to build up a better edge. This edge is thicker than the first one I did. I'm learning not to do that. I wonder how much flux I'm going to use that just ends up on the table. Come on. Just eyeballing down this, figuring out where I think it's thick, where I think it's thin. Trying to figure out how to work this while it's curiously balanced on top here. Is it possible to thicken these up this way? I wonder. Let's find out. Most people just do it from the top. Most people are better than I am. And now I'm learning how to stack. Let's try and get a nice bead all the way around this. This part over here is a little thin. It's too bad. I kind of like these teardrops that fell down, but they're going to fall off because they do not have a base. They're just stuck on the glass, and that's enough to hold for now, but as soon as I scrub at it, it's just going to pop off. Which is what it's supposed to do. I think when I started, I really didn't understand what flux was. I still don't fully understand, but I do have a good idea now about what it looks like when you need more. I know it's a cleaning agent that makes it so that it'll stick better, but exactly how, I'm still searching for answers on. I'll look it up. So this one needs a little bit more, it's flat. And so I'm trying to build up some dots so it'll hold a nice round on the edge. I think I'm gonna be done with this piece pretty soon though. I think my next one's gonna be a guitar, probably an acoustic, you know. Gotta build yourself up to an electric. Nope. At least that's the way I learned how to play guitar. It was acoustic first, then electric, and then I switched over to bass. Because I am not a great musician. I'm a pretty good, enjoy it though. That's, I think, all that really matters. And in Nashville, people play with you either way. As long as you're a good guy. Oh. Everybody loves music out here. That's it. Man, this has been holding this tent so well. With that set, looks like this edge next. If I did this before, I did not do much. Run over. Oof. Grab a little that. Watching videos of these people that do like decorative edges or decorative soldering, and I'm like, no, like I'm still trying to figure out the basics here. Thank you though. It is amazing what people can do with this as they get better. Hopefully, pretty soon, I'll have more control over this. Right now, I'm just trying to stack these dots on top of dots. Not because I have to, but because I think it's fun. These lower dots are actually catching both sides of the glass, which I think I wasn't doing before. Which is why my lines are thin. But now giving just that little bit of time to stack in between, giving me more time. Also using the edge of the piece to support my hand. I like having supports. Things that keep me aligned. Okay, we got quite the stack there. Let's grab a little bit for good measure and get it started. We'll go back over this. See if we can't run this without ripping it everywhere. A little drip. That's alright. Get my not bubbling yet. You can run off. I don't want to lose what I have up there. Got a little bit there. Yesterday I was literally picking solder up off the mat to put back onto my tin. So I'm getting the hang of it. I'm not super consistent yet. But this is progress. Not beautiful progress, but it's progress. I said, I'm trying to go thicker on these edges because my inside is so thick. I don't know if stacking it up is a better option or just running a bead like I am over here, letting it chill, and then going back over it to build it up. Maybe we'll figure it out a little for science. Try building up this side as 1, and letting it cool, fluxing it, and then seeing how it builds up compared to over here where I just tapped it and had a great big barrier and tried to smooth that out. Too much. Switch over to, I'm calling it a stained glass grip. I'm using my whole hand. It seems to get the angles better. Not really sure why. I'm not sure I care to figure out why. This is just how I have to hold my stained glass. Or my soldering iron while I'm stained glassing. It does feel better because I'm using my elbow and arm instead of just my wrist. I had to learn to adjust my my strums when I started playing bass for similar things. Don't want to put too much stress on smaller joints. My elbow has a lot more strength than my wrist does. Pretty much what I'm saying. But especially the more intricate it gets, the more I really feel like I want to pencil it instead of, this feels like I'm just don't have as much fine control. Here, let's chill. Pretty good. I think I'm gonna spin around to the other side after I screw up this part, so that I can let this cool down. I've been in this area for a little too long, I think. I don't know why I'm going counterclockwise. I'm usually a clockwise person. But it looks like we're back over. I did notice that I had more than 10 some of this, so it looked like it had a bead on it, even though it did not. There, stained glass grip. Grab some, place it on. Grab some more, place it on. Skip that spot since I had missed it 3 times. Oh man, probably heating up the solder too much and it would start to run. I know somewhere my metal shop teacher is cringing and doesn't know why. This looks like a super beginner weld. Lumpy with layers. I should reflect on that. And to add to it. I think these gloves have saved my hands at least 50 times already today. underside over here is all kinds of mucky. I don't like it. Let's try and clean them up. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, switching my solder over to this other stuff. But luckily I had sitting around because I had no clue I was running low on solder. I'm also more than willing to try different kinds. I had no clue, so I have no preferences. And I am all for trying different things and figuring out what I like and don't like. Much like the paste solder versus the liquid solder. Seems like if people like the paste solder, because they spin up liquid solder a lot. I seem to like the liquid solder because it goes on easier, comes off easier. I switched over to the pencil grip again. Back on, back on. I do like the idea of having video making pieces. It's something I always wanted to do with paintings. I was never able to because it's just so many hours. This is too, but it feels different to me. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it's because I started doing this pretty much when I first started doing stained glass. The idea was from a friend of mine who's an amazing guitarist. That he said he always videos or records himself playing because even at his level, you feel like you platform and you're never getting better because it happens so gradually. But then when you go back even a week and look at what you were doing versus what you're doing now, you're like, I see it. And I think humans like checkboxes, like to feel like we're accomplishing something. A lot of times these things are so grandiose, especially in today's world, that you don't really see the change because it happens so subtly. We should take the time to enjoy those. That our work was for something, and that we are getting where we want to go. A couple more beads out here. Oop. I'll be jealous on that one. Okay. It's like a war field down here. My index finger was hitting the glass, so it's sticking out right now. No other reason. Just continuing down, getting better at grabbing these beads, putting them on. About the time I say that, usually something goes wrong. It's okay, I'm far from perfect with this. I am learning, much like with welding, giving you time to cool in between. Or with painting, I mean, you wouldn't want to do a second layer on right after you did your first one, right? So impressed with this tin. I must have just been running it so high that it was pulling it all off. Okay, we gave it a second to cool down. Kept pressing right here. Getting a little bit of liquid. Trying to not over liquefy it so it runs off like that. It's alright, I'm still building the base. Ooh, cramp in the back. It's kind of funny when it's flexed. It'll actually like pull up, fight gravity, or decide to just go into line. Pressing too hard. Getting better with my stained glass grip. Starting to feel like what I wanted to do instead of forcing myself to do it. Also seems to hold this chisel better to hold a bead. I hope I continue to have the opportunity to do this for years. It's amazing how it just kind of fell into place, and I took advantage of it. But it's quickly turned into one of my favorite mediums. There's a lot of logic, math, but also the creative side. I'm old as hell, so I was raised in the 80s and taught that you were either left-brained or right-brained. And I was very left-brained, but I never thought I would ever be good enough to make a good living off of that, so I decided to suppress that as much as I could and be more logical, which I did. But then I learned that actually you can be both, and I'm pretty close to the middle. I like logic, I like order, I also like creativity. Throw in a dash of chaos, and probably got my personality. I figure every time I adjust that, it should just reflux. Alright. Got a good build-up going on this side. Continue that. This corner over here didn't want to stick at first, but the little bits that rolled down and stuff helped create a base. I'm sure there's a better way of doing it. I'll figure it out eventually. But for now, I'm just happy that I'm getting what I want. I won't worry about technique and further understanding as I continue to research. Literally, like a week ago, I was watching people grab solder like I'm doing now, and it's like, how do you do that? Like, I try, but it just doesn't happen for me. And now, I don't know if it's a change of grip, technique, temperature, experience, but it's starting to come together. As I say that, a big old block drops off. Okay. Let's push this down a little bit. We'll come back to it. Had a good start. It's not pretty, but we're getting there. Alright, wipe. Make sure we don't have any gunkies. It's good. A little more flux on this edge, because although I've already done it, it's pretty thin compared to these monstrous lines I did in here. So again, those were a factor of the 45-degree grinds I did, the different thickness of the glass, so I had to fill in more to get it to bubble right. In fact, at some points I had to even tilt the glass so that it would hold. So just so much. The next piece is going to all be the exact same. I might buy a micrometer. Like, I can eyeball this stuff, but it sure would be nice to just know for sure. Because much like this white piece, I just found the one that had a little more blue hue in it, and I went for it. And then realized that maybe this one was thicker than the one I originally lined up. Also a lot more water involved in this than I realized. My grinder takes water. My bandsaw takes water. They use it as a natural lubricant for this, which makes sense. I mean, it's sand in a various form. But for some reason, I did not realize it. Kind of just working on building these up, seeing how I can get it. You're getting these little, it's almost like pulling taffy, which says that I'm running, ooh, that was a big drop. Running my temperature a little bit low, which once again is fine with me as long as I'm getting what I want out of it. I'll do some research to figure out how to better do this, because guys I was watching, that the people I had watched previously were able to put just big dots on these edges that were really easy to run together. I think I'm also trying to build up a bit of a barrier that's bigger than what a standard edge should be, which is me trying to counter these big lines that I have in the middle to give some form of consistency. All right. Build up this edge down here. Then we'll go back, flux it, pull my solder out again, because I'm just burning through this solder. I mean, half of it's on this mat. That's fine. We're making a mess to learn how to do this. Alright, let's flux this so that it all smooths out evenly. You can see if I accidentally flux the blast, that would make this harder. Change my grip back to the stained glass grip instead of the pencil grip. Start in this corner, liquid without going too deep. Liquid without going too deep. And that ran a little bit, didn't it? Can't see it. It's on that other side, but I know it did. Just like that did. Getting this runoff on these sides that I don't like. I'm going to try to do that. Gel it up without it bubbling up too much and running off. I do need some more in there. I've got what am I doing? Whoa! Whoa! Calm down, dude. We've got a piece of tape showing right there. We need to a little bit of solder in there to convince it wants to go that way. I'm going to clean off this board and clean off this glass here in a second to see what I've actually got to work with. Because as far as I can tell, it looks messy. Piggy. Get the dachshund, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I don't know why I keep listening to them. They seem like jerks. Come on, sweetheart. Be a good girl. So I'm kind of relying on the flux to keep this up on this edge while I clean it up. This is oogle. And gravity. Man, this is a thing. I knew it was going to be. And I'm too stubborn to give up. So now that I'm into it, I will continue. The one nice thing about this is, other than the absolute waste of solder, I can reheat it up and mold it. If I don't like it, I can heat it up and flick it out, which I have done before. Until I get it where I want it. I'm sure nobody wants to watch that. This is what I do when I'm obsessing over something and refuse to watch TV. This is a not preferred technique of shoveling. I'm just trying to heat it up and shovel it on top of the old other solder. Let's pull down a little bit more so I can get a nice little angle, and then gel it. Until I know the real terms, I'm just making stuff up. So the expression gelling catches on, so be it. That's what it looks like to me. Taking that oh, deep there. Taking that molten solder and smoothing it all out. It's like gelling it together. Leave that. It's pretty hot. Up a little bit. Start smoothing this. Yeah, I love doing this. I know I'm bad at it right now, but I love being creative. I love having the space and the time. I love getting better at things. always feel like life is art. Express it in different ways. We see different things, different walks, and the way it affects us is all different. Okay, I'm going to take a minute and clean up because it's ridiculous. A nice garbage can under here. It's becoming in more and more handy. Wire brush. Okay. So you've got a chance to cool off. Although the opposite for my soldering iron. Oh, I unplugged it. Well, since it's unplugged, let's over this real quick. Handy dandy bottle of IPA, wire brush, standard military issue. This just comes with it off. Some of it needs a little bit of elbow grease, but most of it chooses to stick to itself and remain off the glass. This piece is textured, so might need a little bit more suggesting. Also, if that thing stays, I will keep it because I think it's cool. But not you, my friends. You guys are all going out. This also helps get that build up of the flux off of there. Once again, probably doing this wrong, but you can see pink jump up out. But you can see scratch marks over there. Made the mistake yesterday at pressing down a little too hard, and I got a crack over here now. But I'm gonna let it run. See what it does. Alright, a little more IPA. Isopropyl alcohol, not Indian Pale Ale. A couple more hours, maybe a switch. I really wanted to save all this these pieces of solder, melt them all up and use them for something, but I realized they're dirty. I don't want the impurities. So the goal is to be less wasteful. Get better at my techniques. I saw this one guy that just literally used his Sharpie to do ramps, to do almost everything. It was pretty impressive. In the future, I might try. Saw some people that ran just a stripe of copper 10 down to make angles that weren't actually broken glass, but it added to their effect. That was pretty cool looking. A way to get those itty bitty little spots where you like want to connect the geometry or to give an effect, but you don't want to have to try to solder in such a small piece because it takes away. If I was painting, I used to joke all the time that 90% of painting is cleaning up. And guaranteed I would think I was done be cleaning up, and then as I was doing it I would find something I'd want to change or something like that. Come on, get out of there. Alright, it's cleaned up a little bit. Bet you I can knock this out. YP in the back of the brush? The side of the brush? Yep. That's the work on there. Scrub it up. This little divot. This glass is like the lowest point, these two for some reason. I think because this curves just a little bit. They seem to hold the most junk. Like the build-up flux, I used gel flux when I soldered these. It gets all that dust and ickiness on it. Technical term, ickiness. Alright. We're getting there. Need to let my fingernails grow out a little bit so that I can use them to scratch. Usually keep them pretty tight. Let's see how this is looking. We've definitely got the sides done. They're just choppy. And I like to pull these in a little bit. I think if I can smooth these out, I might call it. But we'll give it a try. This spot flattened out. I did that. I heated it up too much too fast. It popped out. Alright, scoot this over here. Do this taparoo. And clean off this whole workspace because I didn't know you could get this much solder on something. Oh. Back at it. Yeah, I think I might build a rig to compress up against it. I probably got something around here I could use for it. That way I can just set it straight up and actually feed a line across it. But I should learn how to do this. As much like I had this tool that they gave me for hitting the lines when you're doing the tinfoil. And I thought it was the greatest thing ever until I started using a real tool and realized how much more control I have in each section and how much tighter I can really get everything. Alright. Protection. Plug this back in. Our sponge back up. Got enough on there. Which side do we want first? This one looks pretty smooth, so let's just start with this and see if we can't even it up. You had enough time. Stained glass grip. The answer to that is yes. Losing some. There's without a stable spot in this buildup, I'm just kind of going a little too deep, in all honesty. You got to get this at that right angle and run it across. You got to keep the right depth into it because it's more than just running and deep through the middle area where I can use the glass as a guide. Instead, I have to actually hold it above and keep it from not gelling too much and running off. It's better. I can't remember if this spot was oil. Well, I guess this is the edging equivalent of it getting too hot and running through. That little burr there that I wanted to get out. Got that edge. Got this backside. Heat it up. Run it. Alright. About happy with this. Yep, happy with that. Still going counterclockwise for some reason on this though. And pushing the flux. Like trying to push through, so just flipping it back and forth on the top. Let's go this way and run in. Stained glass hold. The last one I went over it, I tried not to overdo it, but smooth it out. So we did a nice little round edge, and then I went back and cleaned up the sides, which sucks because it shouldn't. We really want it all to come out as one fluid seam. So my soldering iron got a little cold there for a second. Tail run it on this side. I want to watch some more videos on this so that I can get better at it. This should not take this long. It should be much prettier. A little ditch here. Got to fill in and then come back after it's cooled off. Come on. A lot of people, apparently, will put those cams, is that what they're called? The edges over it so that they don't have to do this because it's hard, but I'm not gonna learn by avoiding it, so I'm willing to fight the good fight. Kind of hoping, because this is so technical, that by getting better at this, I will get better at other things. More control, time behind the iron kind of things. With difficult angles. Let's flux. Got a burr back there. This is nice and smooth on both these sides right now, but your top edge looks like garbage. Get it level. Bitches. Round this out. Smooth it down. Some on this side. Yeah, a little too soon. Need to let it cool a little bit more. I say this, but I don't stop. And tip. Come on now. Smooth out. Done this before. Yeah, I don't even care if you fall off. I just want you to be smooth. One nice solid line. There you go. I should just wait. Ridiculous. Yeah, it's making a mess. Let's leave it be. Don't scrape out. Okay, flex the top edge so that we can clean it up. Got two edges that are, we'll call it acceptable. This one's been the hardest because it's not level. Let's push this up. Feels like it's felt in a little bit, so I'm gonna heat it up more than I need to. Let it cool. This stool's trippy. Okay, it comes up here a little bit. It's going into that thicker glass. There we go. Smooth. When you do this, which you're not supposed to do, whatever, if it's fluxed, it like runs straight into where the flux is. It like sucks it off the glass. And if it's not, it just splatters all over the damn place. At least that's been my experience. For the last, I don't know, has it been 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I've really gotten serious about this. Let's not start that beast. As soon as I go inside these lines, I'm going to want to redo all of them. Let it cool down. I know better. At least I'm learning to know better. Same thing, dude. I need to not go inside these lines or I'm gonna absolutely spend all day in there. Do the same thing when I'm trimming my beard. I'll like barely start and then next thing I know, like I've been there for an hour. Little dribble. So this isn't smooth anymore. It's not exactly what I was looking for. Sorry, I'm changing angles a lot to get the sides so that they're flush and start to round out. But I'm sure all of this isn't showing up on the video. Hoping to get a second video camera so that I can have one set up over the grinder, but one that faces towards me so that I can talk to you when I'm actually talking to you instead of you just seeing my hands, which is a little weird. What I'm doing right here, quick bracket glass because it does not like to be this hot. And it's a lot of pressure at one point. I am doing it because I want to smooth out the side edge because it's driving me insane. And if I crack the glass, so be it. Learning how to adjust and fix and repair is super important part of art to me. Nobody gets it right the first time. You don't get your true expression out there by just drafting something. It takes getting close and adjusting from your mistakes, which actually seems like a lot of life to me. Lord knows I've made a lot of mistakes. Maybe Buddha. Buddha probably knows. Went too fast. I'm trying not to let it beat over. That's fine. That's fine. Finally fine. Other side. That looks like it all sucked in. No, it's just cool. Nope, I'm not. I'm just gonna try to tap it in. Been keeping this stained glass grip, I've been calling it, more consistently. It like feels normal at this point. And the tin's still great on this. Okay, good, good, good. Man, this side's not bad. I'm still gonna do it. It's been a lot of roundabouts to take my rough in and make it a little better. I'm sure there's a paste at this temperature that I could be doing to smooth this out instead of kind of pulling it through, so it's not getting a good chance to gel up because I'm worried about drippage. Hey, give it a minute. I think this is going to be it. With the last cleanup, got to get some hangers, which I've never done before, and put them in. Decided to make this flat edge on the top of the piece. And I was doing it and watching these videos. I noticed that I see a sailboat in there. And I like the sailboat, so I wanted to keep the sailboat haul up. So I'm going to leg it this way. Little base, little sail, a big. It's not called a jib. What is that called? spinnaker. Big spinnaker out front. It's a huge one when they got the wind behind them and they're really going for it. Used to have a sailboat when I lived in Seattle. And I loved going sailing. Okay, we're gonna clean this up. Again, unplug this so it's not just running. Just have this clean. Better than dumping it out on the table. Let's grab our, let's put this back. Grab our IPA. Still got some clean spots on this. Mist it over it. Scrub is not working, so we're going to switch over to wire brush. Just stuff right out. One thing that's unfortunate about this piece is my bleed overs from the side that was thicker. So when I set it down this way, like this is super thick, this is thick, this is thickish, cause these to have to be thick. So when I did this side, which looks much nicer, it's mostly level comparatively, I like this, and I like the way the sailboat's going that way. But I'm gonna have to run it this way because you can see all that built up solder from the other side that it needed to be able to get those. This is how come I'm not ever going to use glass that isn't the same thickness. It's not worth it. I'll find another piece of glass or wait and order what I need instead of forcing it. Once again, accept what you can accept. And don't fight it. I have a little burr right here that I just noticed. So I'm going to heat this up. And run it down. Did not solder this, so it will not go well, but don't need it to go well. Just need to get rid of that. Let's smooth into it. Okay. And this side. Yeah, there's probably better ways of doing it, but I'm just used to using spray bottles. That's what I use to create texture and to blend colors when I'm doing paintings. So I'm gonna try to take little tricks I've learned from that and see what transfers over. And there could be a lot of stuff that transfers over from this into that world also. Would be fantastic. I'm always looking to learn new things. That's flat. The IPA dries up really quick, which is really nice too. So I'm going to stay wet for a long time. To get into these little corners where it's just got build up flux from that gel flux I was using originally before I got my liquid flux. Using a toothbrush so it can get in there with the bristles, and rubbing it with a shop towel. Benefit is the shop towel gets dirty instead of the toothbrush, so I continue to use the toothbrush. Alright, we're cleaned up pretty well. Oops, on that side. It's on that side. Bird? No. So, got our sailboat. Put a ring here and a ring here on the back sides. I was told to do it where there's joints, but I don't really have joints, but I have edges, so we'll use the edges. And this isn't super thick either, so that should make it a little easier. Where did I put those things? Probably on the back side. Because why would I need that? Okay, I just bought these. Like I said, I've never actually used them. This looks like the right size. These are a little bigger, but bigger seems like the way to go, right? I like that they're in different kinds of bags. Should we go that way? Why not? It's our first one. But the biggest ones we have, these are Rio Grande 10 millimeter 16 gauge round. I watched some videos of people who make their own, and it seems like a good idea because what they do is twist it around to the size they want, and then that little pigtail that's on the end, they run it down here so that it gets more of a hold. Where I'm going to have to use pliers to hold it like yay, dig it in, and then solder over top of it. And we all know how great I am at well, almost all of this. So let's see. We have bare needle nose. We'll flex the flux out of it. Need to, even though I'm gonna have to do it again. Find where our ring meets. And grab the opposite side so that the actual ring gets soldered into it. Yeah, yay, I'm gonna overrun it. Turn this back on. Wait a minute to warm up. Move my fans. The fan's still going. The noise gate that I have on this is great. I couldn't even hear the fan when I was listening to the recording earlier. Keep it at 310 like we were doing the edges. Not that we 10 this. I think it's already 10, but just redo it. So 10 in is just putting a little bit of solder on everything. It helps it all stick together. Okay, we'll get it right where we want it. Actually, foot holding there a little bit. Again, stained glass hold. Bury this in here. Actually, we'll go to this middle area. A bit more. Figure more is better than less. Get down this edge. Build up a little bit more over top of the ring. I can see it poking through. And probably way too much, but this is my first one. I'm a little excited. Learn from this on the next one, because I should flex further around. Like I said, I'm going to reflex this side, even though it's been within the time period. Want the outside of the ring to be on the inside of the flux so that it'll stay sealed. It's a weakest spot. Let's give it a little 10. That seemed to work well. Smear to boot. Should have fluxed this too. Next time, we'll remember. Okay, we got some solder on here. Let's start a little bit. I've seen how much better solder sticks when it's got flux on it. And altogether, this seems like it's pretty critical. Didn't want this to fall down or anything. Okay. So last time, once I stuck it on there like that, it held itself. This time it is not. Good beads. Dropping through. A little too much too quick on that side. Same with this side. Once you get this, I'll clean it up. You know what? I don't think I actually have chains to hang this up. That seemed like a miss. Okay, we've got these little pieces that puddled out. Should be able to just run them down the line, I think. I did flux out here for this very reason. It'll work for me. Scraped and splattered. Come on, don't. Yep. Gotta treat it right. This one melted in. Should not have even furs. Either side. Also, don't want to scrape, pop it. Should let it cool down a little bit. But, of course, I'm not looking. Okay. There it is. So I'm chasing this dot back and forth. I'm trying to go above so that it's not heating up too much. Easy to accidentally put your soldering iron too close and make it run. So this will be my first piece that I've actually done an edge all the way around, and my first one that I've put hangers in. That's nice. Okay, got a little bit dropped off, that's fine. All right, that looks good. Let's check the tip. Oh, just shiny. Shiny as it can be. I think I'm going to tin this afterwards though, but. So, I think this is going to be our finished piece. It's not perfect, but it was a good practice. I learned a bit. I think I'm going to keep this raw edge, but the next one I'm going to patina. I'm going to plan on using the black to make it so I can use the black patina. So we'll keep that in mind when we're designing it. But yeah, thanks for helping me through this and putting up with my learning curves. I'm getting there, but I got a long ways to go. So hopefully we can enjoy the journey together and see where it leads us. Hope you have a good day.